So you got questions, and there are answers to every question.
What are there?
Bishop Daniel E. Thomas takes all these questions that listeners send in and addresses each and every one of them. In fact, we're going to sit down with Bishop Thomas again on Monday to record another batch of Bishop's Corner programs. So what I think you should do is send your question off to us.
And I want to say this real quickly, Ron. You've been doing this for some years with him, and you're the one that gets the questions together, and you send. Do you ever remember him saying no to a question? Like he answers every question that comes his way, even some that we're like, well, I don't know if we should say. Let's ask him if he wants to answer that. You've asked him this question before.
Yeah, and he said just send them in.
I'll answer them.
Don't screen anything. Just get the questions.
And he answers them, and so I love that.
And he researches them. It's not like he's picking them up cold and then, he's giving us, but he wants time to think about them.
So I want to know, what's his favorite pie? Does he do research on
MC Square?
That would be a good question. I will ask him
I'd be happy to do the research for him.
Okay.
Sampling all those kinds of pies.
You can do a full report, sure. Today's question is the highlight question of this afternoon's Bishop's Corner, which will be heard in its entirety later. But here's one of the questions, and I should point out that the highlight question isn't the best
No, right.
It's one that was picked from
selected by
show.
Committee, which is him choosing it and everyone agreeing.
Yeah, so there you go. Pretty much it.
Very good.
It's about Saturday masses.
Oh, nice.
Are we going to go to Temperance, Michigan?
We are. We're going to go to Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Temperance in the house. Not even in my diocese, Ron. How about that?
Yeah, and Denise writes in, "Hello, Bishop. We have recently had our Saturday morning Mass canceled due to the priest shortage. We continue to join the Toledo churches in your prayer for vocations.
Wonderful.
No other parishes in Monroe County have a Saturday daily Mass. Are there any Saturday morning Masses in the Toledo area? I enjoyed starting my weekend off by attending that Mass, and we try to bring our grandchildren with us whenever possible." Thank you, Denise.
Well, Denise, first of all, thank you so much. And what a great gift that you try to get to Holy Mass on Saturday morning. And that's a great blessing. And wonderful, too, to hear you're trying to bring your grandchildren. So that's wonderful. And I do want to make a mention, though, Denise, I've heard some people, quote, complain that every parish does not have a Saturday morning Mass. I appreciate that you indicate because of the priest shortage. And I also want to point out here that in many parishes who have only one priest, they could possibly be celebrating multiple Masses on a Saturday. And I'll just give you one example, Denise. I was a newly ordained priest. I wasn't even a pastor. When my pastor, he rarely went away. I had a Saturday where on that Saturday morning, I had the morning Mass, I had a funeral Mass, I had a wedding Mass, and I had the evening vigil Mass. So as one priest, I had 4 Masses in one day. I think it's important for us to keep in perspective all that is expected of our priests, especially on a Saturday. That having been said, come into the Diocese of Toledo, Denise, for a Saturday morning Mass. Where can you do that? Our Lady, Queen of the Most Holy Rosary Cathedral on 2535 Collingwood Boulevard. We keep a Saturday morning Mass at 8 o'clock. You can go to St. Mary's in Sandusky because there is an 8 o'clock morning Mass at St. Mary's. You could go to Our Lady of Perpetual Help in Toledo, where there is an 8:30 morning Saturday Mass. And you can always go, and I know that you're always welcome, to our Visitation Sisters right here in Toledo, who have a 7 a.m. Mass every day of the week. You'd be welcome to all of those. You probably could also find some others, because I know there are other parishes in our local area who have Sunday Mass. It just means how far do you want to travel from Temperance, Michigan? So thanks for the question. Thanks for your presence. And I also want to thank you for praying with us a Hail Mary a day for priestly vocations and doing some act of abstinence or fast every Friday purely for priestly vocations. Means the world to me that you're doing that with us. Thank you.
That's wonderful. And, you learn something every Bishop's Corner. I had no idea all of these Toledo parishes that had Saturday Masses in the morning.
Right, yeah. And again, this idea that there isn't the coverage that there was once, but still all of these priests willing to make the sacrifice to say so many masses. So gives us the opportunity.